What's going on, y'all, and welcome back to another Epic 7 video. In this one, I want to talk with you guys about collabs, collaborations. We just finished the Espa collab. The slime one was not run for some reason, so I want to discuss that with you guys. Is Guilty Gear going to be coming back? It's about that time around March, so in about a month, will we be seeing Guilty Gear for the, I believe this is the third, if not fourth rerun? I think third. But overall, yeah, I just want to get your take on a few things here, guys. So I'm going to make a tier list. I'm going to rate my personal takes on all existing collabs to this date. We're going to talk a little bit about slime. Is it coming back? There's a few hunches on what people are thinking. Same thing with Guilty Gear. And then overall, I just want to hear you guys' thoughts on which collab are you guys waiting for? Which collab do you guys want in the future? The Espa one we need to discuss as well, because that was kind of a, unique one. Definitely, and my take on it has definitely changed. But overall, yeah, just a quick video. While we wait for ML Bologna this week, I want to hear you guys' thoughts on everything collab related for Epic 7. So buckle in, let's get to it. All right, guys, I got a tier list here. This should be every Epic 7 collab up to date. If I forgot one, just let me know. But remember, this is just subjective. It's going to be just to start a discussion. Don't take too much don't be overly critical, because I would need multiple tier lists talking about the difference between the heroes, how well they were designed, and then separately the production value, the writing, the dialogue, how much love they put into incorporating them into Orbis and Epic 7, all that stuff. We're just kind of just going to speak broadly on each one, and I'll rate them personally, just my own opinion. You guys let me know if you agree, disagree, how would you rate it, etc. All right, so let's go ahead and start from yeah, we'll just start from, I'll just start left to right, I guess. I think I put them mostly in order. Some of them might be slightly out. But Guilty Gear, one of the biggest ones. This is the first one, I think, the major one we got in Epic 7. And I think this one was done so well. I might be slightly biased, as this has had the most reruns, has the most, like, newer characters introduced. But I'm going to put this at the top in the S tier category. Guilty Gear, guys. Now, I know a lot of the characters haven't held up. You don't really see too much like Soul Bad Guy anywhere besides PvE. Biken, same thing, PvE. Dizzy kind of makes a splash here and there, especially with the reintroduction of Death Dealer Ray and his buffs. But overall, right, even what is it, Jacko and Elfelt. Elfelt sometimes in Cleaves. Jacko you almost only see from fun players or people that love Jacko. But despite the characters not being amazing, I think just overall, Guilty Gear being our first collab, it was done so well, guys, and I feel like every single time they introduce it, even when they cut back a little bit to make it easier, they still did a great job. I feel like both Guilty Gear and Epic 7 meshed very well. They incorporated it super good into the game. And I have one quick thing to wrap it up here. Do you guys think Guilty Gear is coming back this year? Because just like limited units, if you've noticed, limited units are starting to get grouped up into group banners. There's just too many collabs, too many limited units to be run in order in a year and have, like, players have enough breathing room to summon. Right, guys? A lot of us are running out of bookmarks, and then at the same time, like, can you fit that many collabs and then sign the contract, give enough time, right? Because they can't have overlapping collabs. You got to make agreements with all other parties. It sounds like a nightmare, and just with how many we have, and if we want more in the future, right? New IPs, which you guys got to let me know which ones you want. Yeah, I don't know if Guilty Gear is going to be coming back. I feel like that might be the end of the road, which brings a new topic, which we're just going to talk about real quick here. How do you feel if these collabs and limited units as well, let's bunch it up, never get a rerun, guys? I know a lot of other games do that, but Epic 7 has been one of the games where if you just waited, right, within the year, you'll be able to get that collab unit come back or that limited unit come back. But I think it's finally time here in over year 4 now that we probably need to, if we want newer stuff to come in, just, not allow certain reruns. But anyways, that's going to be kind of a recurring topic, so make sure y'all think on that one. Guilty Gear overall, I think, deserves a very high rating. Now here, guys, I couldn't put the units back, but Kazuna we're going to leave in the C tier, guys. A lot of y'all don't even realize she existed here. She was more for a fun kind of unit. I think she was a 4-star, completely free, very short side story, if there even was one. I think it was a login event, check-in reward. If you guys remember my OGs that played back then, let me know exactly how that event ran down. But I think it was just a check-in event, maybe a small side story. But overall, she's more of a fun, like, kind of gimmicky, humorous character. Never was amazing for PvP. I think there was some kind of cool combos you could do with her. But yeah, you'll almost never see her nowadays. If you missed out on her, don't worry about it. And yeah, she didn't really do too much overall, so I'm gonna leave her at the bottom row, but maybe they were just trying to get some of the HoloLive. Is she HoloLive? Sorry, guys, bit of a boomer here, but yeah, maybe they're just trying to get some audiences in there. Next up, guys, we have the ReZero. Now ReZero is one where I love the anime so much. I like the characters a ton. Rem and Amelia, had to get them, but I think overall I'm gonna put this in the B category, just slightly above Kazuna, because overall there was, if y'all didn't if y'all weren't there at the first run of ReZero, it was a little bit of a nightmare. It was getting delays. The way that Smilegate kind of introduced it, I felt like there's a lot going in the background that they couldn't talk about. I don't know if Silver Fox, which I believe is the creators of Epic 7, or sorry, creators of ReZero, or maybe them and Epic 7 are having some disagreements, whatever it might be contractually. Who knows what's going on in the background of collab, agreements. But it was a sort of a mess where it was implemented, and when it was finally implemented, guys, the side story for ReZero just felt so rushed. Didn't really feel like there was any love into it. So besides the gameplay aspect of the characters, it just didn't feel like it was implemented super well. The characters, though, were very good, right, guys? Amelia still kind of holds up. Or she still holds up. Rem still kind of holds up here and there, but kind of getting pushed out of the meta with, look at just like the strays can't be countered kind of buffs. Other units taking her spot in terms of like that counter bruiser role. But overall, I think they're still great. ReZero is still a solid collab, but definitely because of the implementation and how awkward it was, I'm going to rate it a little lower than the others. So here, guys, this is a major topic that I kind of spurred this video, but I'm going to rate the slime. Let's just slap it into the A row here and talk about it real quick. Slime was supposed to be rerun at the I think the later portion of last year, but with Espa coming out, I believe that kind of overtook the Slime agreement, and a lot of people are predicting maybe Slime is being pushed back because of the movie or new season coming out this year. I think there was a big announcement date, but overall, my question is, do you guys want Slime to rerun? Milim and Rimuru are both insane units still to this day. Milim actually being one of my most important units as a turn 2 tanky player. Rimuru has been kind of, people learned how to fight him, but he's still such an annoying unit to play against. Still has a role for sure in the meta. Maybe just not as oppressive as he used to be. But do you guys, how many of y'all missed out on Rimuru and Milim? Because I think they're very important, almost more so than a lot of these other collab units that have been out. They're still holding up, and it would be a shame if they only got one run and never got rerun again for the players that missed out. So let me know your predictions. Are they coming back this year? If so, I believe, guys, here's my take. I think they're going to come back within the next month or two, and if we don't hear anything about Slime, guys, I think that's it. I think that's going to be just, there's going to be no more rerun for it. But my dream would be it comes back within a month or two because of those announcements. Maybe it got pushed back because of Espa, and it comes back with Benimaru or Shion. My number one would be Shion. Yeah, we'll have to see. But I really hope some of you guys that missed out can get both Rimuru, Milim, and I guess Shuna, but she's not very good. All right, guys, next up is FMA, the second most recent collab, and I'm also going to put this one in the A rank, guys. Maybe even S, but I'll just put it in an A. I think Guilty Gear should be at the top here. FMA was done super well. I think the character animations were some of the best in terms of just... I remember when I saw Edward's S3, I just felt like I was watching the anime again, more so than the rest. It felt really cool to see. And yeah, I think FMA was done pretty dang well. The story, all the stuff besides the gameplay of the characters was done really well. There was a little bit of controversy, if y'all remember, with Edward being kind of underpowered, and so they actually had to rush out a buff before the collab ended. Roy is super cool. Some cleavers can make him look amazing. Yeah, I think overall FMA was done pretty good. Riza Hawkeye was probably the most interesting free character that we got. And then the story, plus the characters being pretty solid overall. Edward being a definite staple in this meta. I think he definitely deserves an A rank. Probably, maybe even outshining Slime, just because it's one of the more recent ones. Now, last but not least, guys, is Espa. And I think this is going to be the most volatile one. A lot of y'all might rank this at the very bottom. Some of y'all might rank it at the very top. If you are a K-pop fan, I'm going to put it here conservatively in the A tier. And I'll talk about why, guys. When I first saw the Espa collab announcement, we all saw that portal, and then they announced, and we all discovered it was K-pop. A lot of us were like, what in the heck? I don't really know too much about K-pop. I think a lot of y'all that play Epic 7 also didn't know too much, if anything, not about Espa at least. And we were definitely wanting, at least me, something more anime, video game related, something more that felt like it would fit in E7. So I was definitely not excited. I thought it was going to be terrible. I thought this was just like a cash grab for Smilegate to grab the K-pop audience. But you know what, guys? I take all of that back. I think it was done so well. Would I want another K-pop collab? Am I a K-pop fan now? Heck no. But I think it was done very well. The characters looked amazing. I think it brought in a lot of new players that liked K-pop, and I think the characters, the story, it was all they put a lot of effort and love into it. And I actually think some of the characters were designed so well in terms of balance, not being super OP, but all of them feel like they have a justified role. For me, Karina and Winter are actually very, very good. And the other two, I think cleavers can make great use, or aggro players can make great use of them. None of them felt underpowered or like super, super overpowered. So I think they did an amazing job with unique kits. And yeah, I have to give Smilegate a ton of props for trying something like that out and actually implementing it very well. All right, guys, so that's my tier list. Remember, don't be overly critical if I put, like, if Kazuna is your favorite, Yuzu's your favorite, and I rate it lower than you guys would have. Just let me know, but it's just to open a discussion mainly on a few things, right? Number one, which collab do you guys want this year if we're going to get a new one? Number two, are you guys okay with certain collabs not being rerun again? Like Guilty Gear, I think, may not get a rerun, and Slime, we're looking like I'm waiting with bated breath to see if this gets rerun, because I think this one's very important. Guilty Gear is probably okay for newer players if this doesn't get rerun. There's a lot of other characters that can do their jobs, but that's the second question for y'all. So let me know, boys. Are you okay with no collabs being rerun? And then second question, or the first question, whatever it might be, what do you guys want to see this year in terms of new collabs? Hopefully you guys don't say more K-pop. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching. Just a fun kind of open discussion video, and I'll catch you all in the next one. Bologna coming this week. See y'all later.